Welcome, everybody, to another episode of On Top and Hot. I'm John Zidar, and today is Tuesday. It's February 25th. Now, you know what I like to do. I like to share hot penny stocks with you. I'm a day trader, and I'm constantly looking for stocks under $5. And I'm primarily looking for a hot penny stock to share with you. Now, on Tuesdays, I've been taking you over to Pennybois. That's my day job. That's where I work from bell to bell, trading with the public. I could be trading with you. I've got a link down below. It says this is the Pennybois link. Click that. It'll take you to Discord. If you don't have an account, quick and easy to set one up, and then they'll automatically direct you to us. Find the free member page in the menu on the left-hand side. Come on in. We are in there trading from 9:30 to 4 o'clock, anywhere from 50 to 200 people. And you know what? We're trading together. We're sharing our due diligence and information. And if you've never traded with a group before, it's a lot different than trading by yourself. It's more fun. Today, though, I don't want to do that. It's my show. I can do whatever I want. Today, I want to share a hot penny stock with you that I came across. This is Netramark Holdings, ticker AINMF. Now, this is a Canadian company. She finished today at $1, and she was down almost 15% today. Now, she is on the OTC. She's on the middle tier, the QB, though we like to refer to this as the better tier. It's better than the pinks. The pinks have no validated information. When you get to the QB, you've got to start giving us validated information, like filings, like audited financials. Plus, your price has to be at least a penny to be on the QB. So we are on the better tier of the OTC. We got lots of validated information over here, all these green ticks. We have a company verified profile and a transfer agent verified. That's good. I tell you to look for this on any stock, but especially the pinks. We've also got a certification here because they are from Canada. They are a foreign company. They have other criteria they got to meet. This tells us that they've met it. And they have independent directors listed over here. Now on this site, the OTCmarkets.com website, when you list independent directors over here, this normally means you have serious intentions of uplisting. So they may be looking to go up to the NASDAQ, maybe the QX. I don't know. I haven't done a deep dive. I'll let you do that. So what is this company about? Well, I've got some information to share with you, and we're going to start right here and then jump on over to their website. Netramark is a company focused on being a leader in the development of generative AI and machine learning solutions targeted at the pharmaceutical industry. The AI is the computer learning to think like a human. The machine learning is the programmer of that AI teaching it how to do that, thereby eliminating the weakest link in the equation, us. So AI has its own programmer, machine learning. Its product offering uses a novel topology-based algorithm that has the ability to parse patient data sets into subsets of people that are strongly related according to several variables simultaneously. I'm going to break that down for you here in a minute. The result is that Netramark can work with much smaller data sets. That's the thing about AI. AI works best with a ton of data. The more data you give it, the better it does. Theirs works with small data sets and accurately segments diseases into different types, as well as accurately classifying patients for sensitivity to drugs and or efficacy of treatment. Now let's jump on over to their website. We are over here at netramark.com. Now, I got lots of information, but it's kind of all over the place, and it would make it difficult to jump around. So I'm going to bring it all to you, okay? So Netramark's flagship product is Netra AI. It brings unparalleled clarity to clinical trial data. Unlike traditional analytic tools, Netra AI deciphers complex data sets to reveal unique patient subpopulations, improving trial designs and reducing failure rates. This is a program that works in real time and can give you actionable insights in 4 weeks. Consider this, folks. We are all humans, but we are not all made the same. Drugs do not act the same on every single person. never have, never will. And this confounds the trials getting mixed up data into the database. So what AI does is it looks at those differences. It could be something as easy as being male or female, being young or old. Could be more complex, could have something to do with your ethnic background and your heritage. Or maybe it has something to do with your psychological makeup. Yes, that's what this does. It starts subpopulating your group, finding the people that your drug is working on the best. When you get actionable insights in 4 weeks, and your drug trial is going to last 2 to 3 years, you can tweak that trial anytime you want. And when you find the right category of people that your drug is working on, you can bring in those people and get the right information. And that's the primary thing that this is doing, is it's looking at all the information that's out there and has always been out there. But as humans, we could not culminate it and collaborate it and use it properly. AI is going to be able to do that for us. Now, they have a lot of different products, 3 or 4 of them, I believe, but they all work together. It's not like you work with any one of them. It's like a car. You know, you've got a steering wheel, a gas pedal, and a brake. Yeah, they're all separate, but really you need all 3 to get the job done the right way. Another one of their products is called Netra Placebo Module. Now, this one I find very interesting because this is really looking at the psychological makeup of a human. In these drug trials, not everybody gets the drug. A lot of people get a placebo, a fake pill, a sugar pill. It doesn't do anything to you. And still, there are always people that show signs of improvement when they're taking the placebo. How can that be? The power of the mind, folks. It is impressive. This program is going to be able to separate out that sort of information. And that's the whole point here, folks. We want to get the right information. We don't want clouded information, mixed up information, or bad information. We don't want the wrong people taking the drug. Let me put some clarity and perspective on this for you, folks. From the time you start creating a drug all the way to the point of getting it onto the market, through all the phase trials, and finally it's on the market and the consumer can use it, that takes about 10 to 15 years of hard work, a lot of energy, and a lot of money. It usually costs an average of about $2.5 billion to get a drug from point A to point B. And if you fail, oh my God, you've lost all that time, all that energy, and all that money. And here's the part that's going to blow your mind the most, folks. Think of all the biotechs out there, all the pharmaceutical companies that you know of. Now multiply that by 20. That's probably how many there are out there. All the drugs that they are creating, all of them, less than 12% make it to the finish line and get to the consumer. Less than 12%. Stop and think about that for a minute, folks. That's 88% failure. Do you really want to be invested in biotechs and pharmaceutical companies that are doing research and development and clinical trials if there is an 88% chance they're going to fail with as much time as we've got to invest? No. So we've got to do anything we possibly can to prevent these drug trials from failing. Clearing up the information is going to help. So as far as I'm concerned, I can't imagine any biotech or pharmaceutical company involved with clinical trials that would not invest a little bit more money to have this get them there. Right? Absolutely. All right, I'm sure I'll come up with some more information as I'm talking, but let's go take a look at the stock now. What was the relative volume for Netramark today? Well, it was up. Now you got to remember, on the OTC market, we do not get the volume like they get up on the major exchange. Back before COVID, we were getting 60 to 70 billion shares a day. Today, we got, oh my God, 2.8 billion shares is all the OTC market did today. You're talking about 12,358 companies that had to divide 2.8 billion shares. I assure you folks, a lot of companies didn't get any shares today sold or bought. So we have jumped from a mere 4,000 shares a day as an average over the last 30 days to a big 45,000, which is 11 times more her volume, but that was all bringing it down. So it wasn't a good day for her. Taking a look at the share structure. Outstanding share count, we got about 75 million. Looks like the insiders own about 5 million. That gives us the rest, about 70 million. Not a low float by any means, but it's not a bad float. If you have a float under 100 million, as far as I'm concerned, you're in good shape. So we're not in bad shape here at all. Market cap for the company, we're at 88 million. Is this company making any money? They have been making money over the last 3 years, and at the end of their fiscal year, September 2024, they had $337,000 on the books. Now, the company has got deals. I think they've got 5 finished deals right now, have like 133 possible deals. They've got a lot going on right now. They are just now getting started, folks. So the revenues are going to be light. But once this kicks into gear, I mean, think about this. If these companies are doing less than 12% success rate on their drug trials, if this program could kick that up to 24%, just another measly 12%, that would double the success rate across all of the biotechs and pharmaceutical companies. That's not only good for the companies, that's good for the consumers who get the drugs, and it's also good for the investors. Yes, it is. Absolutely. So we got $337,000 at the end of September 2024. Looking at their quarterlies, well, we are making money this year. $163,000 the first quarter, $89,000 the second, $82,000 the third. They're dropping right now. Not exactly the direction we want to see. The other thing you've probably noticed is they get to keep every single dollar they make. That's one of the nice things about having a digital product. Once you install it, what do? You don't do anything really, right? Especially when you have machine learning attached to the AI. You don't even have a human coming in there doing anything. Machine learning's doing everything. So the overhead expense for digital products is virtually nil. It can be nil, and you get to keep every single dollar. Taking a look at the balance sheet. All right, at the end of September 2024, remembering those 3 zeros, we got about $44,000 in the bank, $153,000 in assets, about double that in liabilities, $300,000, which means we, the stockholder, are holding stockholder deficit of about $150,000. Now, you know the way this looks to me, folks. It looks like a startup company, right? We have a little bit of money, we have a little bit of assets, we have a little bit of liabilities. Actually, the liabilities could be a heck of a lot more, but they're not. I think we're looking at this company at a very prime time. There's a lot of companies out there that are failing drug trials right now, losing tons of money, and the stocks are falling hard and they're losing their investors. These companies are going to jump onto this. I can't imagine why they wouldn't, and I have not seen any competition for them yet. Take a look at their disclosures. Well, we really don't have any. We've got some disclosures over here, but the one I want to bring you to is this management's discussions and analysis. Now, I'm not going to dive into it, but there is a lot of information in there, folks. It's brought it all together. I was having a hard time getting the information in one spot. This is one spot, and they cover a lot of information in there. So if you want to do some due diligence, this is where I would send you. 221.25 Management Discussions and Analysis. That's the word. Now, when it comes to news, holy cannoli, folks, they've got a ton of news. I've got 94 press releases here I could share with you. They are covering every aspect. They're covering all the deals that they're making. They are making new collaborations with research organizations. They are discovering they can use their AI to identify other information and data that they can put to use. They're not just working on cancer, which is where they started. They are now also working with neural problems, psychological problems, depression. Now, out of all the news we got here, there's 2 pieces I want to share with you. One, they just got some money. They raised $1.1 million from warrant and stock option exercises. And they just had a deal here. Now let's see if I can find that. There it is. Netramark signs a pilot collaboration agreement with a top 5 pharmaceutical company. Netramark Holdings, a premier artificial intelligence company that is transforming clinical trials in the pharmaceutical industry, is proud to announce that it has entered into a pilot collaboration agreement with a top 5 pharmaceutical company. We have no idea who it is. I guess you could go look at the top 5 and realize it's one of them. The pilot is seeking to unlock novel insights and hypotheses regarding patient populations to facilitate the development of new therapeutics for autoimmune disorders. So there you go. Originally, they started this off with cancer. They're working with a lot of other disorders, and now we see they're also working with autoimmune disorders. I can't imagine any area it couldn't work in. Can you? No. So we've got lots of good information over here, folks. The company is growing. They've got lots of deals in the works right now, and I'm sure that is just going to explode. In whatever the cost for their product, I'm sure every single biotech will afford it. And if they can't, they'll just probably put some shares on the market, have a public offering, and take that money and pay for this. And then they're going to get through those drug trials, and they're going to have their stock go up because they have success. This is a win-win-win all the way around, folks. And I think we're looking at it at a good time. Yes, the stock did fall, but we are looking for a buying opportunity, right? Let's go take a look at that chart. I'm going to give you one guess where we're at. That's right, my playground. Who said that? This is Thinkorswim, my free trading platform from Schwab. We are looking at Netramark Holdings, ticker AINMF. We got her opened up to a 3-year, 1-week chart so we can see the whole chart. It was back in January of 2023 she came onto the market. This is when we have our low bubble, our ultimate low of 11 cents. She went sideways for quite a while, took a jump here in November, getting on top of her 9-day MA, climbing that all the way to her high of $1.25. Now let's jump on down to our 6-month, 4-hour view. Looks a lot the same, just a little closer. We've got our same low bubble here, and she finally decided to jump up on top of the MAs once we got more data. Once the 50-day MA came into the picture, she made her move. She got on top of everything, settled down on her 9-day MA, and just started climbing. She did fall back to the 20 and bounced on that a couple times, fell further down to the 50, rock solid hit right there, bounced off of that, back onto that 9-day MA escalator, and she is climbing, hitting that high and pulling back. I always expect to pull back off of a high bubble, and she came right back down to her 9-day, sitting on that solid. All of our MAs on the board are climbing, though we don't have a 200-day MA on our 4-hour chart yet. Our oscillators are a bit cool, to be honest. Our PPO is starting to push down. Our ADX, it's trying to figure out what's going on here. Everything is going sideways. Our MACD is falling a little bit, and our RSI is also falling. She is down to 61. Take a look at our 20-day 1-hour view. Well, now that's not a bad chart, right? You've got your low bubble in this corner and a high bubble up here, and she has been climbing all the way through. This is looking nice. She has gotten on top of that 9-day. She loves her 9-day, floats on it. She got up to her high bubble. She's pulled back, and look, she is sitting firmly on that 20. The 9-day is still over top of her. We got to get up on top of the 9 if we want to climb. You can't climb underneath the 9. You got to get up on top of it. So that's our first move, and it looks like she's trying to do it right now looking at the chart. But looking at the oscillators, I still see a lot of weakness in the picture. Everything is pushing down. Nothing is trying to level off right now. So this could just come down to the 50 and bounce. She hasn't shown a lot of tendencies to want to fall and crash. So I'm just looking for a bounce and a continuation. Take a look at our 5-day, 15-minute. It's just a closer look. Ooh, we had a nice jump there, didn't we? She jumped here from 97 cents up to $1.25. That's about 25% run right there. And I don't know which piece of news had her jumping because they've got a lot of news. Again, folks, this is like all the other charts. She is gently sitting on that 9-day MA. Even when she has a big rip up, she comes back down only to the 20 just to get back on the 9. Now we have had a fall here. She's dipped underneath the 50. She is up underneath everything right now, trying to fight. I would expect her to probably dip some more, but not fall. She looks like she's ready to run. But more to the point, folks, I'm not sure that this is exactly a hot penny stock that's going to run tomorrow, but I think this is a hot penny stock that's going to run in the future. I think a company like this has got so much potential, we can't even measure it. Think about it, folks. If we can just get these trials up to 24% success rate instead of 12%, that is a 100% improvement across the board for everybody. The consumers who want the drugs, the investors who want their companies to be successful, and the companies who want to make money. It's a win-win-win all the way around. So there's lots of good reasons to be getting into this company. And of course, I did not cover all the information. One thing I overlooked, I do want to say right now, this is not just for clinical trials. They can use this AIML for developing drugs. It can actually look at the compounds and the bio pathways of humans and determine which would be a better compound for what it is they want to do. It's pretty exciting, folks. So go out there and do some more due diligence. Get excited like me. Remember, the more you know, the more you're going to grow. See you, folks.